Right now, it's time to start to set the table for Rutgers on Sunday. John Kovach, James Clarke with you live from Delaware Valley Regional High School, where tonight the Terriers host Hanover Park in a Group 1 semifinal. The winner is going to compete for the team title Sunday at Rutgers, and we have potential news about that to get to shortly. But let's keep the focus on what we're going to see tonight, James. A 22-0 Del Val team hosting 15-7 Hanover Park.
Yeah, I mean, let's talk about the Hanover Park Hornets. As you said, John, they came in the other night to Cedar Grove, and they absolutely shocked the Panthers in their home gym as the 3 seed in that North 2 Group 1 sectional final between those two teams. And Hanover Park, they lost a lot of good quality kids from last year.
Yes, they did.
And they really didn't lose much of a beat of it going into this year. I know they were kind of anticipating like a quote-unquote down year for them, but they're still a dominant team with captains like Nick DiFrancesco Antonio, the freshman at 106 of Alex Spagnola, and the transfer back from Don Bosco Prep at 157, Joey Monticello. You know, this team hasn't really lost much of a beat despite losing their top hammers from last year.
But they've got a steep hill to climb. You've got a Del Val team that's won 22 straight matches, unblemished in 2025-26. They absolutely dominated the quarters and semis with a 79-0 victory over Asbury Park in the quarters and a 75-5 win over Highland Park in the semis. Then they won the final with a 40-21 win over a Manville team that everybody, myself included, thought was one of the teams to beat this year.
Yeah, I mean, they went in 29-0 before losing to Del Val. in that sectional final, in the Central Group 1 sectional final there with these guys right there. So they had almost 30 matches, dual matches this year, which is absolutely unheard of. But Del Val, look at the schedule that they wrestled this year, and look at who they beat. They beat some real quality teams from this year, including Phillipsburg on a 1-point decision there, 31-30, beating North Hunterdon at North Hunterdon, beating Ridge, Cranford. John, they beat some really quality teams this year.
Not a lot of teams can say they beat North Hunterdon this year.
Or Phillipsburg.
For
that matter. And if you beat North Hunterdon and Phillipsburg in the same year for a Group 1 school, you're pretty darn good.
The winner goes to Rutgers, and the NJSIAA earlier today alerted people that because of snow forecast for late Sunday into Monday, actually virtually all day Sunday, they may start Sunday's finals at Rutgers at the Jersey Mike's Arena earlier in the morning to get it done and get everybody home. We are going to pause for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Live solo a cappella version of the national anthem by a young man here. And he did a great job.
And now for our Lehigh introductions, beginning at 100 for Hanover Park, Ronnie.
We're really talking about these guys here. Just getting the word in from Coach Fitz earlier before the start of the match.
That was, sorry, Jake, that was Christian Wheat with the national anthem.
Yeah, shout out to him.
What a job.
Yeah.
And the courage it takes to do something like that.
And a big crowd like this, too.
Big crowd like this, you can stand by yourself out under the spotlight without music and sing the national anthem. Great job by him.
But just getting back to my point there, John, I know we were talking with Coach Fitz earlier before the broadcast, and he just said that Julian Bednar is back into the lineup tonight for the first time in a while this season. That's really big for this team right here, and we'll see how that really helps out with them and see how fully healthy he is and just in time for the right time of the season for districts, regions, and possibly states.
When we got this match, I was doing my back, and I just kept thinking back. And one of the big things that surprised me all year, and I think North is a team to beat this year. And they're down at Mount Olive in a match that's going to be absolute. That's not a Sunday match at Rutgers. Is kind of that's going to be a great match. But this is an undefeated Del Val team that finished third in HWS. And I just can't reconcile that.
Yeah, I mean, anytime that you wrestle in county tournaments and team tournaments, you see the numbers definitely reflect differently, especially when it comes to individuals. But as a team-wise, and you're in this kind of position to be able to win, or matchups in a dual match, anything like that, that's always a big part of how successful a team can be. I mean, you can always have a good day in the team tournament. You may have some kids that might be able to beat some of the quality kids in HWS, which is a very prestigious program in its own right. But you could also have the best, the most complete wrestling team as a dual team. So that's really what makes the biggest difference. Is Del Val's been a almost near perfect lineup this year, dual meet team that, as far as HWX goes, they just had to win out a couple of those.
So I'm going to throw this to you because you've been around the New Jersey wrestling scene longer than not getting back into this. Is this really a tournament for good team lineups, and then your tournament lineup teams are the ones who will succeed on the road to Atlantic City?
I mean, that's a very good question there, John. I mean, using
I asked it.
using North Hunterdon as an example last year was a team that came in and shocked everybody and went on to win the Group 4 title last year, beating Phillipsburg in that final. And those kids qualified for states, but they did not have a single place winner from last year. So regardless of anything like that, too, you could have a great dual meet. You could have a great dual team, but you could also be as high as like the top 3 or 4 or 5 in individual tournaments.
I would love to get the story behind. They're wearing some what looks like real throwback Del Val wrestling stuff, including a robe. And I would love to get the story on the robe that's being worn here.
Yeah, and the robe, that's something that you don't see. The only wrestling team that you would see that has the robe is Camden Catholic.
That's like the robe from Rocky. Yeah.
This is going to be Olivia Paul here at 190.
Been an exciting wrestler the times I've seen him.
And another thing to also make mention here, John, if Del Val does win tonight, this could be their 900th career program win.
And we're underway. The winner of this one between top-seeded Delaware Valley and fourth-seeded Hanover Park will face the winner of the match that's starting down at Audubon between Audubon and Emerson Borough. We're starting at 190.
And Ronnie Madera also has had some flashy moments this year for the Hornets as well. But
both these guys are good wrestlers. But Paul going for the cradle. He's got 3. Almost had the cradle. And I've seen him a lot of times. He cuts there, goes right back for a double there out of bounds right in front of us. I've seen Paul wrestle a number of times, and it seems like a lot of times he might experience a little trouble in the match and then come back and win it.
Yeah, I mean, Paul is he's very flexible in his own right. We've seen him quite a bit wrestle last year when we've been down here several times, and just seeing him wrestle is like a real fun way of watching him wrestle.
Here he's got the turn on Madera. He's getting swipes. The low crossface really under his chin. 4 back points and a 10-1 lead already for Olivier Paul of Del Val. He is in the yellow and navy. Hanover Park, the Hornets in the black and gold.
And that's the other thing, too, when you start off at a weight class like this, like 190 here, Hanover Park needs to overcome like those points of like minimizing those bonus points and not give up, because they also have some quality wrestlers that are going to be coming up down low.
Right now, we're at almost 20 seconds left in the first period, and we're already looking at a major decision for the undefeated hosts. Paul just leaning on the neck. Getting a lot of help with the time from the fans behind us.
Yeah, this is definitely a packed crowd here. Anytime we go to Del Val, this is always a thumbs up for them and their crowd and their fans that they always come to every match.
Always a packed house, always an enthusiastic crowd, and a knowledgeable crowd.
Very knowledgeable.
You often don't get all 3, and that's going to be another takedown for Paul. There it goes, 13-1. He's a takedown real too, because he's going to have to cut. He's 3 points from a tech fall here with 1:40 to go in just the second period. here at 190. Working the turn again.
He's going to get it right here. He's going to get 4 back points at the very least. He may not be able to pin him, but he'll get 4 back points on top of it. And it will be a nice tech fall there for Olivier Paul to give the Terriers the 5-0 lead.
Olivier Paul with the tech fall at 2:39. As James said, 5-0 for the Terriers to start off. We'll move on to 215 pounds.
This is where Hanover Park will show up here at 215. Aiden Hamilton for the Hornets. This is Luke Seipert here.
Yep.
For the Terriers.
Again, 2 impressive 215-pounders.
Extremely impressive. Hamilton's come a long way this season, starting off at 285 for a lot of the year and then also dropping down to 215. He's been very flexible for this Hornets team this year.
He had to be giving up a lot of weight wrestling 285.
He was. And, you know, before Andrade, which will most likely we should be able to see up. I see him over there warming up. You know, definitely been a great wrestler in his own right with Hamilton. You know, he's kind of been floating around like that 500, maybe above it. But this year he's been turning it on.
Struggle for wrist control here. Speaking of the heavier weights, did you happen to see any of that 285 match? That almost a single there by Seifert, but Hamilton's able to counter it. No score here, minute into the 215-pound match, our second of the night. Did you happen to see any of the 285 match, Morris Hills versus West Essex?
I did not, but, you know, Nick Doctor and I were kind of talking about that, and sounded like it was an outstanding matchup.
Dude, outstanding, but my God, I'm bashing their heads into each other. Nice single by Siffert. He gets the first points with 30 seconds to go in the first period.
And a very crucial 3 points that was needed there by Seifert. And Coach Fitz over there was telling him, just cut him, go back on your feet and wrestle aggressive here at under 15 seconds to go in the period.
10 seconds, 3-1 after the escape. And Hamilton pushing the action.
Yep, and he's going to get warned for stalling as Seifert. Coach Fitz not so happy about that one.
It's kind of one that's automatic now because he was getting pushed backwards. But there wasn't a ton of time left.
The only thing I have, you know, some officials will call it very differently, but sometimes when you're getting pushed out of bounds just like that too, it's like, you know, in that kind of position, what are you supposed to do really?
Yeah.
That would be my only question about it, but, you know, definitely not questioning Frank Leitner. He's an outstanding official, but you see a lot of officials do call that very quickly. You'll see a lot of them call that.
Hamilton tried to switch. Seifert turned with him. He's got the tight waist and a mat return.
And that's going to get stoppage there. I saw that right away.
Yeah, Seifert actually let go and kind of was laying off, waiting for an indication. And unfortunately, Aiden Hamilton grabbing his knee. Follow us on social media because we're going to be updating the brackets and updating you on this evolving situation on how the incoming snowstorm is going to affect Sunday's finals at Rutgers. You can follow us on Facebook at GardenStateHSWrestling.com, on X, formerly Twitter, at GardenStateHSW, on Instagram at GardenStateHSWrestling, on our website, GardenStateHSWrestling.com, and on YouTube, where you can see GardenStateHSWrestling.com. Join the group, subscribe, throw us a like, throw us a dislike, comment on what you see. But know that you're going to see the best in New Jersey high school wrestling free of charge. Thank our sponsors for the year, the Harrington Companies and Contractors. You've got a place to seen better days, you want to tear it down, call Harrington Demolition and Recycling. Okay, now I got to do something with this lot that I've got that used to have a building on it. So I'll call W.J. Harrington and Sons. And then when I want to spruce up the lot, Hoffman Supply Home and Garden Center. Great supporters of high school wrestling and of us, the Harrington Companies. Aiden Hamilton is up. He's walking to the middle. They're shaking hands. It's going to be an injury to fall. 6 more points to Del Val. And for somebody who's done as much and given as much as Aiden Hamilton, my heart breaks a little bit for that.
Anytime that you have to injury to fall, we saw it the other night with Brody Neal of West Morris and what could have been the marquee matchup with him and Solomon Soriente. Unfortunately, if the trainers make that call to pull them for the match, it's the only thing you can do.
285 underway. And we went through Del Val's route here. Hanover Park cruised over Verona 54-18. Then they had 2 relatively tight wins. 6 points over Hasbrook Heights, 40-34 in the semis. And then the Cedar Grove upset that you talk about, 34-30.
Yeah, once Del Toro got that big win, 9-5, it put them in the driver's seat to win with only Nick DiFrancesco Antonio coming out on top of the Tech Fall.
Here at 285, Lucas Andrade for Hanover Park. He is in the black with gold trim. Luke and Alberti for Del Val, the DV on the back, gold top, and then the bottom of the singlet is navy blue. I had a match the other night. I had to differentiate by their shoes. They had identical black and red singlets on. They had the same headgear on. Only the one wore black shoes, one wore white.
And that is the biggest difference maker of how you can tell the two apart.
That was it.
And that was a really good analyzation right there, John, for you to be able to do that.
What they could have done is switch shoes and been like those guys on Star Trek.
Yes.
And that would have really messed me up because I would have had to remember who had white on the right, who had white on the left.
And Andrade.
That would have been the end of my career.
And Andrade has also been a solid wrestler for the Hornets this year, too, in the upper weights at heavyweight as well, too. Been winning some of the matches that he's needed to. And Coach Branham over there is going to really need to try to get a win here. But as I say that, Alberti gets the takedown, closing out the period.
That was a brute force takedown.
It was a throw by.
All that was.
A heavyweight throw by.
Yeah. I mean.
And he's going to go ahead and take bottom is Andrade from Hanover Park.
He trails 3-0 after 2 minutes as we start the second period. Del Val, the top seed, unbeaten at 22-0, up 11-0 after 2 matches, a tech fall and an injury to fall. And Andrade in trouble already as Alberti works the bar.
Right at the edge right there are both wrestlers. And that's the thing, that's the beauty part about the sport nowadays is that you can hang out there a little bit and even if they go completely out of bounds, but if your toes or something in bounds or that one body part right there, you're fine.
It's college football now. All you need is 1 foot.
And honestly, it was a long time coming as well, too, when the state was going to adapt to the NJSIAA, the NCAA rules.
1:15 left in the second period at 285. Still 3-0 for Luke and Alberti of Del Val. He's on top. The Terriers lead 11-0.
See if he can try and do something here. As Andrade, he needs to be the aggressor. Needs to work up to his base yet again, but also at heavyweight as well, too. We talk about it dozens and dozens of times. if you have a heavyweight wrestler that's on top of you, you can't get out, and you get turned like that, you're not getting off of it.
Alberti with the pin. At 1:19 of the second period, 17-0 now, the lead.
And you take a look at that instant replay. You know, power half, throw right into a half. Anytime that a heavyweight wrestler gets right on their back, highly unlikely they're going to get off of it. It gives 6 to the Terriers.
17-0 as we go to 106.
This is Alex Spagnolo for the Hornets,
who is the MCT champ at this weight class.
Yeah, and definitely dominated in that MCT final against Dom Lombardi from Morris Hills.
Oh, I would love to have seen that match. I gotta watch that.
Spagnolo's he's a freshman this year, and he's just been, Hanover Park's got a good freshman class coming in, even in next year as well, too.
Vincent Rainey for Del Val in the gold with blue, and Spagnuolo on the board first, just drove through that single.
Definitely a win where Hanover Park is favored to win this one at 106.
But I'll tell you what, nice move by Rainey. Hasn't gotten points yet, but he's certainly turned the tables. Grabbed the ankle, turned around, and he's got himself potentially, if he can get his head out of where it is, into a dominant position. Spagnuolo counters it as soon as I say it.
Yeah, and that would have been a good position. If he would have did that switch a little bit sooner and he was able to pop his head right through, he could have gotten that reversal.
I like the way he grabbed the ankle, turned himself out of it, and pulled Spagnuolo down. He just never was able to finish the takedown. And that's why Spagnuolo continues to lead Rainey 3-0 inside the final 30 seconds of the first period here at 106 pounds.
Spagnuolo is getting a little bit too high right there, a little bit sloppy on top with riding those legs, but maintaining the control is him. He's doing a good job maintaining control now, flattening him out.
Is that a factor of him trying to hook the legs with his, trying to spike the legs?
Well, I mean, really at this point, he's trying to work for some sort of fall right here. A lot of times when you're throwing in both boots like that, you're going to throw in a power half and try and bring that arm right through.
Leads to my follow-up question for you. Spagnuolo is really forced to try to get a 6-point win here.
Yeah, because he's, in their mind, they're favored to get bonus point victory, right? They're not anticipating on just settling with 3-point decisions. They're trying to get like the majors, the techs, and more ideally for Hanover Park at this point right now, they want to get the 6, especially because of how well he's been wrestling this year, and only as a freshman as well, too.
Another takedown gives Spagnuolo a 6-0 lead. Went for the double and then adapted it to a single.
And that's what I liked about Spagnuolo this year. He's just been so good on his feet this year. Another wrestler that comes to mind, that's over at Mount Olive, a 120-pounder freshman, Cole Rebels as well, too. It's just so quick on his feet. Can really get those takedowns any given way, and just a beautiful double leg takedown there by Spagnuolo.
He cut Rainey, and it took him a few seconds, but he got another takedown. 9-1 now in major decision territory. What I like, and this is some inside football, but like you try to tell kids to keep their elbows tight, to keep their hands in. Spagnuolo doesn't come in wide. He comes in tight and shoots forward to high.
And he almost got himself caught right there by Rainey.
Yeah.
But he gets a 3-point takedown to come out from the back door. And now he's going to try to work a guillotine right there as he has that one leg hooked. And he wants to bring that far arm right back over his head to get the guillotine.
10 seconds in the second period. He leads 12-2. I see what he's trying to do, but I almost think at this point he's content to ride this out.
Yeah, I mean, he's got 2 more minutes on the clock. He's got plenty of time to get a turn. This is going to be Rainey's choice, and he's going bottom.
Surprise you?
Not really. I think he kind of feels like he's not going to get turned here. And then if if Spagnuolo can't turn him, he might just cut him right back onto his feet and get another takedown. And that's exactly what it is. They understand, Del Valle understands that they have to limit bonus points to this Hornets team.
If it ends the way it is now, it's a major for Spagnuolo, and it cuts the Del Valle lead to 17-4.
And that's the thing with these Del Valle wrestlers. They don't give up a lot of bonus, and neither does Hanover Park. Neither of these teams give up really a lot of bonus usually. So you have to usually work for it pretty hard, and that's definitely the case here.
Smart programs.
Very smart, historic programs.
Another takedown for Spagnuolo. That makes it 15-3. Minute 10 left in this third period.
And talking about it earlier with how historic Del Valle is, if they win this, as we said earlier, they'll get their 900th win. And we were just talking with another reporter that's here tonight saying that this may be the only team in the state of New Jersey currently at this point right now that has 900 wins in their program history. Because there's 4 teams already that have 1,000 wins, and that's Phillipsburg, Hunterdon Central, Roselle Park, and Paulsboro. But Del Valle could very will definitely join them in the future in that 1,000-win program win.
No points yet.
I think he's definitely got it in a good position right there, Spagnuolo. Nothing given there yet for Spagnuolo.
Leads by 11, 10 seconds to go.
Even if he gives up the 3 right here, it's not going to matter. It's going to be a major decision nonetheless. And the Del Valle fans, Coach Fitz over there and the coaching staff, they are ecstatic with how well Rainey wrestled in that match. And I will tell you, the score doesn't show it, but he wrestled his butt off.
He just lost a match, and the first thing, his head coach is there at the edge of the mat, grabs his hand with a big smile on his face and says, "Good job." And that's what that's the nuance of wrestling right there.
Especially in a very crucial time like this in a group semifinal. Bonus points matter.
Just checking for some updates here and there. And I had 14-6 Mount Olive with the lead over North Hunterdon.
Bingert trying to get in on a takedown. This Jackson Bingert for Del Valle and Mateo Cesaro for Hanover Park.
3-0 for Bingert. Just past the 30-second mark in the first period.
What I've liked about Del Valle this year is how technically sounded that all of these wrestlers that we've seen so far have been this year, with how textbook they've been shown as far as like textbook coverage wrestling they've showed here.
Speaking of coverage, our coverage throughout the year brought to you by Champion Athletes Sports Nutrition. I'm never going to get a read in because now we've got Bingert working the turn.
Huge 6 points right there for the Terriers. Extends their lead, 23-4. You take a look at the replay.
Jackson Bingert just drives through this on the toes, knees not on the mat, and gets the shoulders down. 23-4, a 19-point lead now.
It doesn't get any more basic than that. A basic half Nelson, get right in, you can get the pin.
That was old school technical. You know, just
very much
shoot
so.
The half and drive yourself over the top.
There's too many teams sometimes that try too many advanced moves, and then they end up getting themselves caught when you could just do just the most basic moves that you possibly can. And that's something that Del Valle does. They do the basic historical moves, half Nelsons, cradles, near side cradles, arm bars. They don't try to do anything that's like unorthodox.
I don't know that there's a better move in wrestling than a half Nelson. I really don't.
Or at least where you're going to get 6 points, because anybody can get turned in a half Nelson. But this is going to be Ethan Kalp for the Hornets and Tristan Forthrop for Del Val.
So our sponsors throughout the year: Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, the Harrington Companies and Contractors, Performance Trophies and Medals, Estabilt Wrestling Club, the Garden State Athletic Network, New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association, and Legal Bay Lawsuit Settlement Funding. Our local sponsors tonight: Cafe Zingara of East Hanover, Mama Rayo's Kitchen, Centani and Sons Plumbing, The Godfather Pizza of East Hanover, MED Electric, Kingswood Foreign Auto Service, The Little York, Duke's Pizzeria, Dutch Mill Market, and Limitless Wrestling. That I got that through before. See, I timed it just right. First takedown of the match, and that goes to Kaup of Hanover Park.
Yeah, very nicely done there with just that sweep single right there. He was able to trip him up and get that takedown.
3-0, 20 seconds to go in the first period. John Kovach, James Clarke with you. Group 1 semifinal from Delaware Valley High School. Del Val versus Hanover Park. Winner goes to Rutgers Sunday. When that's going to start, you're going to have to wait and find out like us, because it could be changing.
3-0 here, Kalp after 1, and Forthrop is going to go defense to start. But really, when you took a look at that, the coaching staff of Del Val and the fans behind us too were waiting for that stall to be called there on Kalp.
Yeah.
We're also down at Brick Memorial tonight.
Yeah, trying to get some see if we can get an update there.
Yeah, I'm going to look into that right now.
I can.
Brick Memorial, who is...
My internet's not great up here.
Taking on West Essex. The match is not... the match... Did it not start? No, it didn't even start yet.
Never mind. A great update, James.
Yep, has not even started yet.
See, we're not behind yet.
But as soon as we get the results or we start hearing some things on that, we'll definitely keep you notified on that. But that should be a really good Group 3 semifinal matchup.
At the pace this is going to be over before a lot of them are halfway.
And that's what they call a doubleheader tonight on Garden State HS Wrestling.
There we go.
What better way to spend Friday night than some of your favorite teams from your areas to be wrestling on a Friday night? And, of course, your favorite commentators as well, too. All in all. Well, here, for sure. And then your two other favorites down with John Rickard and Thomas Farquhar.
That's going to be a good group. Ethan Kalp of Hanover Park with a 3-0 lead. They continue this struggle near the edge of the circle. Tristan Forthrop of Del Val on bottom. 22 seconds to go in the second period. He trails by 3. And really, it's just been Kaup on what's been a long and decisive ride, but it hasn't resulted in any points.
Yeah, I mean, well, as you said that, it almost got to be a little bit more dangerous there right at the end, but a 3-0 lead for Kalp after 2 periods. But really has committed to a tough ride. That's what they teach over at Hanover Park, is being able to ride kids out with like the nice little ride that you could do, like what they call a Blair ride.
Yeah. Start the third period neutral, 3-0 for Kaup of Hanover Park. He's in the black. Winner of this faces the Winterson of Emerson and Audubon on Sunday at Rutgers.
Should be really interesting there to see who wins down in that semifinal.
I wish somebody was doing a live score.
I know Audubon, they beat the top seed at Paulsboro, a very historic wrestling program. And a nice takedown by Kalp. 6-0, he extends the lead. And just think, John, a lot of us, we've been all over the place all week.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of wrestling going on all week.
Trying to remember.
5 days this week.
Because Monday was President's Day. I was Mount Olive Monday. Tuesday was girls at Ramsey, right?
Yep.
Wednesday was West Essex Morris Hills.
Six to 1 lead here. He's going to get another 3. He's in major decision territory, and the coaches of Del Val are telling Falthrop to just belly out.
Del Val has a 19-point lead. We started at 190. We're at 120 now.
Going to try and get the reversal there. Or no, he gets out under 10 seconds to go.
Here's the thing. He just made that a regular decision. That was going to be a major.
A huge. I mean, Kalp is satisfied with that one, but that could come back later on. He got a 9-2 decision, but he could have had that extra bonus point. But instead, it's 23-7, the Terriers over the Hornets.
Esteville Wrestling Club, 7 Norwright Road in Hackettstown.
Bud Lake.
Yeah, I know. You probably call it Bud Lake Hill, too, right? It's not Hackettstown Mountain?
I just say Bud Lake.
All right. It's right on the edge. It's right on the line of Bud Lake and Hackettstown. But it's convenient enough that I see a lot of kids and young kids around Chester with the Esteville shirts on. You follow them on social media, and you're seeing their students go into tournaments and winning medals. And you can be built or you can be Esteville. There's 7 Norwright Road. See where your guidance, if your guidance says it's Bud Lake or Hackettstown, and then I'll go over the map with James.
We could have both townships meet together, really make that legitimate argument. Is it Bud Lake or is it Hackettstown? Because all those kids I know that live in 7 Norwright Road all go to Mount Olive.
There's a significant gray area in the Hackettstown Mountain area.
The Hackettstown,
in terms of where the maps and where the lines are.
Hackettstown is the most unique town in the area. And a nice takedown right there by Donnarumma, who's wrestling here right now over Delatorre, the hero from the other night against Cedar Grove for the Hornets. But he's trailing 6-1. And now who's coming up here at 132 is going to be, who we think it is over for the Hornets.
We will see, but I think he was the only one introduced from Hanover Park when they did the Lehighs there. He was MOW at the Morris County tournament, right?
Yes, he was. Yep, he was. I remember he reminded me when I interviewed him that when he was a freshman, I called him by his middle brother's name, Joe, numerous times during that interview I had with him. And he remembers that, fast-forwarding it to his senior year. He said, instead of calling me Nick, you called me Joe. I said, there's a lot of you DeFrancesca Antonios, so.
He doesn't know your address or license plate number.
No. Very nice.
He's a great kid.
Him and his brother actually was a wrestler at TCNJ and also wrestled for the Hornets back in his day as well, too. Dominic, he's one of the assistant coaches now for this team.
Tanner Donnarumma of Del Val with a 6-1 lead, 4.8 seconds to go in the first period. Delatorre pivotal in getting the Hornets their ticket up here to Frenchtown.
In a beautiful town of Frenchtown, I might add to that as well, too.
It's not, I tell you what, I've come to really appreciate this ride.
Oh, it's a beautiful town, little town of Frenchtown. You used to go to a Bible camp called New Life Island right across the bridge in Black Upper Eddy.
Tempted a lift there by Delatorre, and then he cuts Donnarumma. Donnarumma in the yellow and blue. He's driving through. He's got Delatorre in trouble, and he wins with a fall. That's a pivotal fall for Del Val. 29-7. A 22-point lead now for the Terriers, who have won 22 straight matches this season.
And a near side cradle is what the doctor delivered. I know he's not here tonight calling the match with us, but great job by him for being able to get that near side cradle locked up and for the pin.
Have you pitched the What the Doctor Ordered podcast yet?
I have not, except for the district wrestling preview show coming up.
Yeah, we'll get you. Watch our social media for details on that. But we are going to be live on location 3 weeks in a row, we hope, with live preview shows. You can come and talk wrestling with us, and we'll break down the road to Atlantic City.
It should be a lot of fun, to say the least.
I'm looking forward to it.
So am I.
It's a nice short drive for us.
But this is the matchup of the night here. We're looking at Nick DiFrancesca Antonio for the Hornets, Julian Bednar for Del Val, and a takedown given there by DiFrancesca Antonio.
And here begins the cycle of takedowns and cuts that he does so well.
And Bednar just coming back, as we said earlier, coming back from a long season injury and coming back at the right pivotal time as well, too, for the Terriers.
For the Terriers, but you're coming back off an injury. All right, here's your first match of the year. It's Nick DiFrancesca Antonio.
And Coach Fitz has a lot of confidence in his wrestler to be able. He feels he's healthy enough to be able to have this kind of matchup here tonight.
DiFrancesca Antonio stayed with that takedown until he spun it to the ground.
DiFrancesca Antonio, this pipeline has been down. This is the end after this year for the family. This is the end of their pipeline, and they've all been tremendous wrestlers all throughout. Dominic, who also was in the same graduated class with the two-time state champion and four-time state medal winner of Nick Ramo, who also wrestled at Arizona State and Rutgers as well.
9-2 to lead for DiFrancesca Antonio of Hanover Park. He's in black on top. Julian Bednar in the navy blue and gold of the Delaware Valley Terriers. Terriers lead 29-7 on the team side. You said it's been a busy week. I just forgot what night it was.
It's Friday night,
I
John.
almost had to ask you.
We made it to the end of the week.
We made it to Friday. Hey, you work in school all day and then you go to wrestling all night. You know that drill.
Oh, I do. I've been there, done that, done it as a student, did it as a college student, did it as when I helped out with Hackensack for a few years coaching, and now I get to do it as a adult, working adult now, and it's, yes, it definitely takes the wear on you, but if you
Don't let a lot of people know you're an adult. They start to expect things.
That's all right. I've been out of high school now 9 years now.
Oh, my. Nice takedown for DiFrancesca Antonio. Just didn't get the pin finished. Almost had a shot there. They're out of bounds. He was going to cut him anyway.
He's going to cut Bednar anyway, so he'll make it 12-3.
9-point lead with a minute and a half to go in the second period. You know, a 6 makes this a 16-point. If he were to win this with a pin, you got to think he's looking. Oh, he might have it there. Bednar ended up, and Bednar doesn't look right. Looked confused for a second.
I think he thought that he was going to get the throw and finish it, and instead he gets himself caught to his back.
Did he just try the same move again?
He tried it again. He tried to get a throw in.
And he got caught again.
And that's the problem with lat drops, as we'll probably see it in the instant replay, and I'll explain it in a little bit. But DiFrancesca Antonio got 6 for his team, and I was just going to say that.
29-13, the lead down to 16 for Del Val after the 138-pound match. Let's take a look at how this...
Yeah, I mean, honestly, before even that instant replay, he gets his shoulders up right there, but he tried to get a lateral drop in, was Bednar. He tried that twice. And
so
the second
what
time.
happens? So what? Because twice he tries it, and twice DeFrancesco Antonio counters it. What happened?
If you are trying to push momentum into your opponent or they're trying to push into you, is when you can effectively use the lat drop. And that's exactly
you're
what happened.
using his momentum against him.
Exactly.
But you got to make sure you're not between him and the mat.
Correct.
Okay.
That's exactly
a lot of the questions I ask are for my own edification.
Yeah, no, I mean that's exactly what he was looking for right there for some reason where he thought he was going to catch him in a throw, and that's something that Bednar usually does. He thought he could have done that in a state-ranked wrestler like him.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how many times DeFrancesco Antonio's been thrown.
And we're going to get some stoppage right here. I believe it's the blood time here on.
You can tell by how he's holding his head up here. Kyle Dunn for Hanover Park in the black. Ty Falkenstein of Del Val.
And also was a place winner at the recent HWS.
Performance trophies and medals. If you're running a league, if you're running a team, if you have a committee or a board and you want to thank longtime members, these guys can help you out. They can get you plaques. They can get you trophies. They can get you medals. They can get you banners when one of your wrestlers wins his 100th match or one of your hockey players scores his 100th goal. Performance trophies and medals. They can hook you up. Sponsors of our Hammer of the Match. So they continue to work to stop the bleeding on Kyle Dunn. Any scores out there? I'm having trouble getting online.
Yeah, I'm just trying to look at now. Some matches I know start at 7 o'clock, so just a little bit of more time. West Essex Brick has not started yet in the Group 3 semis, but we'll definitely keep you posted as far as the other ones go. I believe a lot of them are starting at 6.
Trying right now to work a score on the Mount Olive match.
I can get that pulled up for you. I know Mount Olive was up at one point.
Yeah, you know, because I told you.
Yes, you did tell me that.
I texted with a parent, alumni parent.
I know track wrestling. I know a lot of them. If teams do use track wrestling during the match, I know they'll put the results in as they go.
Yeah.
I know that's what we're very good at. So if anybody ever wants us to do track wrestling and put it in, we'll do it.
23-16, Mount Olive with a 7-point lead over.
And he's tilting
North
his head up again, and
we spent the entire time that they wrestled trying to get scores from other benches.
What are the odds of that happening?
Let's just. Hey, do you want to become a sponsor like Performance Trophies and Medals, the Arrington Companies, Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition, Estabilt? The New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association or Legal Bay? Go to your local team's page, and there's a page for each team that we cover with previews and links to matches and links to stories. Click on your logo here, and you'll be able to reach us. Or just send an email to admin@gardenstatehswrestling.com. We'll get back to you within 24 hours with a rate that's going to surprise you, and it's going to put your company in front of potential customers who share your support for high school and youth sports and who share your love of wrestling, and without them having to pay to see your ad. We're about to restart here. Ty Falkenstein will be on top, Dunn on bottom. We've had 2 stoppages for blood for Dunn. He trails 9-2, and Falkenstein tried to roll him back right off of that restart. We're coming up on 45 seconds to go.
So if there's one that I can give you at this point in time right now.
What you got?
For Group 5 semifinals, I'm looking at the matchup with Passaic County Tech at Southern. The score there currently, they started at 5 o'clock. They should be already over by now. But Southern is up in that one, 32-16. 4 more bouts to go. They started at 144.
The only one I think is legit going right now is that Emerson Audubon match that would await the winner of this.
And I'll go ahead and check on that right now for you, John.
Yeah, see what you can
get
find.
that score, because anybody that's watching this will definitely be wanting to pay attention to that match.
9-2 to lead for Ty Falkenstein at Del Val. His Terriers with a 29-13 lead over the Hanover Park Hornets. Winner goes to Rutgers on Sunday. Both trying to work dueling throws. We got a 1-point neutral to Green. And a big throw by Falkenstein. He should get swipes. He's going to get the pin. There it is. 23 seconds into the second period. Ty Falkenstein with the pin. Del Val's lead now 35-13 as we move to 144.
And a big headlock throw right there by Falkenstein. It's textbook coverage, to say the least. It really is.
That's one that I'm surprised you don't see, but it's tough to do. But if you hit it, he's not getting up.
Most often not. If it's thrown incorrectly. Sometimes, if it's thrown in incorrectly, you're going to see them sometimes being kind of like not done the greatest and just throw it right in, and they can slip right through it and get a 3. See what he can do here is the Hanover Park wrestler. This is Michael Hassan for Del Val, wrestling up against Brendan Hamilton of Hanover Park. Hamilton is on a shot already. You could try and spin it around here, but the Wizards thrown in by Hassan, the region qualifier, state qualifier from a year ago for the Terriers.
Hassan was the champ at 144 in the HWS.
And he's a great wrestler in his own right, too.
He's
definitely
very
picked up.
impressive that day.
He's definitely been picking up the sport, losing Jackson Bush and losing a couple of those guys, Jackson Bush, Mitch Sutter as well, too. That was also good for the Terriers as well back in the day. You know, he's definitely been filling in some great shoes and had great wrestling partners as well, too, to help him get to this point. Neither one has gotten a takedown yet, but Hamilton has been the aggressor in this match. Front head and arm there by Hassan. Spin around, and he gets the 3.
I love a scramble like that.
And I will say this, I don't really hear a lot of the fans yet that are getting used to saying 3. I keep hearing saying 2 instead of 3 yet. The only school that I heard the other day say 3 was Nutley.
Really?
They were the only school that I have heard all year that have said 3 like that.
Hassan on top.
This is going to be Sebastian Dobach for Del Val and Jasu Mendez for Hanover Park.
I think that pin clinched it for Del Val.
Yeah, it did. It most certainly did.
There's 4 to go.
We kind of thought that this was going to be the way of like how it was going to go for Del Val, where they were going to get bonus points when they needed to, and Hanover Park would just have to try to limit those, and they haven't been able to.
So Del Val, wow, big mat return there.
Three 0 here for Dobach of Del Val.
So Del Val can start to pack as soon as this is over because they're going to Rutgers on Sunday. And they're going to win 900, but they're going to want to win 901, maybe a little bit more.
They're going to want to push for that 1,000 wins in school program history.
901 gets you the title.
Yes. One with triple O's. And they'll be right up there, as we said, with Phillipsburg, Hunterdon Central, Roselle Park, and Paulsboro. But all those 4 schools have 1,000 wins, and Del Val will be the lone school that would have 900. Unless if anybody can correct me on that, they can. But that's what another reporter and myself were talking about earlier. He has that half thrown in after Kovach has a 7-0 lead. He's got them tight. Got him caught.
He's got him now. The buzzer was going off. But
Coach Branham's talking about that one, but he did get it right at the buzzer. I know our scoreboard says otherwise, but the actual scoreboard says he got it, and he did get it right at the buzzer.
want to give back to the sport you love? Scan the QR code below for more information on joining the top wrestling officials association in the United States, the New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association.
And for Del Val, Owen Francis.
Josue, no, hold on.
And I will say this too, the kryptonite continues for Del Val as they are the kryptonites to the Hanover Park Hornets in the last 5 years, beating them in the Group 1 final last year down at Rutgers and beating them in the group semis as well too, a couple of years in a row. And then they also defeated them in the Group 2 final in the 2016-17 school year. He's got a splitter locked up there, or at least he did for the moment being. He's got back points coming there. Is Joey Monticello, the wrestler that we were talking about earlier, the transfer from Don Bosco Prep, coming home to wrestle with his Hanover Park Hornets team.
The MCT champ at this weight class. He leads 3-0, but he's not in a great position right here.
He's got back points coming his way, but I don't think it's a 4. I don't believe it's a 4 count right there, unless if I'm mistaken. I think it's only stop for potentially dangerous. It is 4, okay. I didn't think if it was or not. It didn't look like it from our vantage point, but knowing Frank Leitner and his officiating for over 40 years, he definitely knows what he sees on the other side, so.
And we just had that read for the New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association.
As well, too, if you want to be a guy like Frank Leitner or the other official as well, too, 335.
And I know him, too, because I see him 5 times a week.
We see him all the time. We see both of these officials all the time.
But every sport needs officials. And you can't do this. And it's a great way to help have an impact on young people's lives.
And these guys have been doing it because it's a passion of theirs, right? They wanted to give back to the sport of wrestling. They may have been former state champions or national champions or All-Americans, but they also are wrestlers. They were wrestlers that were just average guys as well, too, average wrestlers in high school, and they want to give back to the sport, and they've been involved in it for years and years, and they worked their way up to the state officiating like Frank Leitner has, along with Joe Benvenuto and many others as well, too.
He had an NCAA patch on that jacket, too.
Yeah, he does. He's been doing that for years, and so is Gary Kessel, who also did officiating for Division I schools as well. Near side cradle, got the pin, something that he's been very good with all year. 2 more bouts to go here. Del Val leads this, and they've already clinched it at this point, but they lead this 47-19. 2 more bouts to go.
Wrestling 165 pounds for Hanover Park, Jaden Madera. And for Del Val, Marcus Gary.
This is Marcus Gary for Del Val, and this is the other Madera brother, Jaden Madera.
Both excellent wrestlers.
Oh, totally are. They both are. Madera's also come a long way as well too. Both of them actually, to be exact, as well too. Ronnie, I know, lost that one to Olivia Paul, the first bout of the night.
A lot of people lose matches to Olivier Paul.
Yeah, he actually caught me by surprise last year when we saw him wrestle down here.
Working a leg, Marcus Gary spins down, no points, and they're out of bounds. Now, we won't be live, but we will have a presence down at Rutgers. We'll be interviewing winners and posting updates and putting some highlights together. And then next week, we should be bringing you some live streams, and we will be bringing you the review of Rutgers and a preview as we move in to the districts.
And I'm really looking forward to that next week over at Market Tavern.
Yes.
Doing that first time ever that we're doing it live, right in front of a live studio audience. I've always thought of myself being on TV or being on YouTube or being somewhere, being able to be like the voice of something.
It's cool. It's very cool.
I've
done it. It's pretty awesome.
Glad to be a part of it. Got to thank Donald J. Brower, Mr. Donald J. Brower, for that opportunity.
Whoa. You sure you want to go that far?
I'm sure he'll be very happy that I referred to him to Mr. 3 takedown there for Madera.
The man who makes this happen. Caught and almost a takedown here. They're out of bounds. You know what? That would have been interesting to see where that would have taken itself.
Nice.
You ran out of room, but man, that would have been interesting.
Yeah. See if Gary can get something, but he won't. He won't have enough time to do it. Madera leads us 3-1 after 1. Gonna be Gary's choice. He's gonna go underneath. Gonna go neutral here after the escape there for Gary.
3-2. The score in favor of Madera.
Also working on the scores right now for the Emerson Park Ridge and Audubon matchup for you all. Nice 3 takedown right there for Gary. He's got him in some trouble right here. He could get 6 for his Delval team and improve his individual record as well, too, with this stick.
I got to tell you, I'm just impressed Madera kept his shoulders off the mat. I really am.
But as you say that,
Gary
John, he might get
back in. Madera's still able to turn away from it. Now he's gotten at 4 back points because that's where they cap it. Because it could have been 12. Mount Olive has beaten North Hunterdon.
So Mount Olive will be representing in Group 4, and they'll be facing the winner of the Colts Neck. I'm trying to think of the other team as well too. It's Colts Neck and Toms River East.
Yes.
And that's also going to be a barn burner as well there too.
After 2, it's 13-3 in favor of Marcus Gary of Delval. The Terriers have already punched their ticket to Rutgers for Sunday. When that's going to start, we don't know yet because there is a chance it's going to be moved earlier in the day to get everybody home before a snowstorm hits.
That's always the goal. And Gary's got the takedown. This match is over, regardless if he gets the pin or not.
Yeah, they're letting it play out, see if he gets the fall. There it is. 20-3, the Tech fall. 52-19. Again, we want to thank our local, the New Jersey Wrestling Officials Association. It's a chance to give back to the sport you love. Scan the right fuel, the right nutrition, and you're ready to go and take on whatever challenge that you possibly can. Text from Don Brower, 4725, the final in Mount Olive. Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition. Welcome to the Harrington Company's press box. John Kovach, James Clarke, part of Alex Hare.
He got to give a little bit of a wave there, John.
When we had, I mentioned Zach Comar's thumb, and he ended up on. So 23-0 now, and we'll be watching, actually. There should be some acknowledgement of this being the 900th win in the history of the Del Val wrestling program. Apparently, they have a countdown.
They have it in their wrestling room.
So we'll kept it. So we'll wrap this up. Watch our social media. This went pretty much as expected. Oh, here it is. Amanda, can you turn around? Because can you turn the camera around?
And there it is, 900 wins for the School of Del Val. Congratulations to them on a job well done for this win. Not only for this win, but making history. And John, as you know, I'm a big history buff when it comes to the state of New Jersey. Alex is also going to get the picture as well, too, of their 900 career wins for the school.
But as I said, the 901st is going to be the one that'll get them a state championship.
And it's going to be the one that means the most to them, and it's going to be either Emerson Park Ridge or it's going to be Albadan. But you know this Terriers team, they came in, they were ready to go tonight here against Hanover Park, and they're going to be ready for the next team that faces their way.
We're going to wrap it up on that. 58-19, Delaware Valley has knocked off Hanover Park and advanced to Rutgers. For Alex Hare, for Amanda Fantasia, for James Clarke, this is John Kovach. Thanks for watching GardenStateHSWrestling.com.